into another DDFR, Doomsday Ducks Fan Report, with your host, Doomsday Ducks Fan. Today, we talk about the Anaheim Ducks going into Columbus without Leo Carlsson and beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-2 in overtime. The Ducks' first overtime game, the Ducks' second win of the season, a goalie controversy brewing, and Trevor Zegras benched. Much more to come. Let's head over to Slap Happy McDick. Alright, DDF. Let's get this over with. Ducks look bad. This game against a bad team, the Ducks looked bad. First kind of really concerning game all season. In the same token, though, they won. So, this is kind of the universe writing the Ducks' record, considering that they've outplayed a bunch of these other really good teams. I'm not too worried about this game. They found a way to win, which you're going to have to learn down the line eventually. But, man, no 5-on-5 pressure, really. There wasn't. I think they generated one expected goal at 5-on-5. It's not good. Not good. Granted, they actually won the 5-on-5 expected goals battle, meaning that they played defense on 5-on-5 well, but the expected goals skyrocketed for Columbus because of the penalties. And yet again, here we are with the discipline being an issue. Still. Again, this is Game 6. This is Game 6. We shouldn't worry about it too much yet, but we need to start seeing some kind of progress towards a more disciplined team, a team that isn't taking dumb penalties. There are smart penalties and dumb penalties, and it seems like the Ducks have just been taking a lot of dumb penalties. Anyhow, Ducks were down 2-1 because of Adam Fantilli. That's not going to come back and haunt us. Nope, Columbus fans aren't going to let us know that. Nope, they aren't going to let us know that he scored. Well, he scored. He scored, and so did Brett Leeson to tie the game. Brett Leeson tied the game late. Kind of looked like the Ducks were trying to lose, at least personnel-wise, because Trevor Zegras didn't play a shift in the third period. And when your best player, which that's been Zegras this year. I know that McTavish is leading the team in points. I know that Vetrano, or McTavish was, I don't know if he is still, but I know Vetrano's leading the team in goals. The best all-around player, in my opinion, to start the season has been Trevor Zegras. And I kind of think that's why he got benched. He had a bad game. 5-on-5, he wasn't getting hemmed in his own zone. He wasn't dominant like usual at 5-on-5. And on the power play, he made some really boneheaded passes. He wasn't shooting. Look, benching Zegras a full-on benching might have been an overreaction a little bit, and it might have been a bit extreme, but I think it's more of a statement on what Cronin expects from Zegras and what Cronin wants Zegras to expect from himself as well. There hasn't been any quotes that have come out after the game, which is kind of odd considering the Ducks won, but as long as Zegras isn't really upset about this, and he uses it as motivation to play better consistently, I don't really see an issue with this. And the last thing we need to talk about. Dostal. Kind of running Gibby out the building. Ducks have won 2 games. Both have been at the hands of Lucas Dostal. Man, I was really hoping that it was just the defense in front of him, but I don't think Gibson's played bad to start the season, but I don't think he's played as well as Lucas Dostal. this is a goalie controversy that it's good to happen before the team really starts to do anything. You get Dostal a few more games, see where he's at, see if Gibson is able to recover at all from this little, I would say, meh start to the season. It's not like he's playing bad. Like, he played against Dallas, and that was arguably one of the Ducks' better games. And 2 of those goals that he allowed were deflections. And I talked about it during that video. If those 2 deflections don't go in, or if they're deflected wide, the Ducks win that game 2-1. Both of the Ducks' goals were not deflections. Gibson got beat cleanly once in that Dallas game. The game against Boston, he got beat cleanly twice, but again, they were like 2 shots that were relatively difficult saves. You'd like to get a save there. That's part of the job, is to make a save there. But again, the Ducks outplayed the Bruins and just kind of got goalied in that game. Goalied, or they just couldn't connect. They couldn't connect at the last second. They were doing everything right up until the last second and just couldn't break through. Look, this game was bad. The Ducks got outplayed. They need to play more 5-on-5 ice time. They won't get outplayed at 5-on-5. Cronin has shown that his team is pretty fucking dominant at 5-on-5. And people are already going to, Cronin is benching Zegras and babying Drysdale to the point where, or not Drysdale, Leo Carlson, to the point where both of these players are going to be ruined, yada, yada, yada. Guys, it's 6 games in. It's 6 games in. This is when you need to do the benching. This is when you need to do the resting of these players. Look, Verbeek has this plan for Carlson. Trust it. The pick already looks good, guys. Did you not see his first goal? But trust. This isn't a season where the Ducks are going to be competitive. Even if they are competitive down the line, this isn't a make or break season to make the playoffs. You need progress this season. And Cronin has given the Ducks a ton of progress so far. We can see that there are huge defensive steps. And man, the players that have come in and just kind of dominated are just amazing to watch. Zegras has had a great year to start. Terry has had a great year to start. Neither of them are really on the score sheet, but they're playing amazing. The expected goals are there. And the way they're playing, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. The second that it starts coming, it's gonna come like a freaking dam breaking, man. And, like, dude, Leo Carlson, he's looked amazing. After the first 2 months, when he stops getting limited to 2 games a week, this dude's gonna be playing top line minutes. Zegras, Carlson, Terry. That's what we're looking at. Guys, let's breathe and go. Okay. Bad games happen. These are learning experiences. Cronin benched Zegras. You may not agree with it. I don't agree with a full-on benching. I agree with sending a message. Cronin decided to go the full-on benching. As long as Zegras doesn't have an issue with it, that's all we really need to worry about. Anyhow, that's enough of me ranting about this fan base jumping down this team's throat and ranting about how the team played like shit. It's okay to be critical of the team. It's okay. Damn, that looked like shit. Okay, I hope they learn and recover from it. But to harp on it and go, wow, they look like shit, and Zegras got benched, this is the worst thing ever. Guys, they won the game. Stop. The decision to bench Zegras obviously worked. It sent a message, and the Ducks scored to tie the game and then won it in overtime. You're freaking out about the benching of Zegras when Eakins did this multiple times last year, and Cronin has done it once. Let's stop overreacting. DDF, take it away. Wow, that was quite the positive outlook there from you, Slap Happy. Let's keep the optimism to Austin. Thank you. All right, now that we are done with that homer telling you guys you were wrong for criticizing Cronin, I'm here to tell the fans you were correct. It is concerning that he did this to Zegras. However, Zegras did play his worst game of the season. Holding Zegras to a high standard when the team is still rebuilding, and only Zegras to a high standard, it may send a bad message. That is a very valid point. I don't think that this will send a bad message, and I hope it won't, but there's a very possible way that this is misconstrued like that, and Zegras does take offense to this. Again, we still have not heard any quotes from him. We don't know if he's upset. We don't know if he took the benching well. We have to wait and see. Other notes from the game, well, this one's actually not really from the game. Jamie Drysdale has been put on IR. Retroactively, meaning he's actually able to come back pretty much whenever. The only issue is that we don't know. They haven't given a timetable for when he will be back. This is starting to get concerning again. This is a lower body injury, so it's not his shoulder like last year. It's not the same ailment. But now the question starts to become, is Jamie Drysdale made of glass? And I don't actually mean that. I'm not saying that this dude is fragile. I'm not saying that he's easily broken. Some players just tend to have injuries follow them around. And I really hope that's not Jamie. I hope to see Jamie back as soon as possible, or at the very least get an update on when he's expected to return. In other news, the Ducks now have recalled Robert Hagg from San Diego Gulls. That kind of implies that Tristan Luneau is going back to the QMJHL. He had a few decent looks in the NHL. It wasn't anything special. I thought his first game, he kind of looked a little bad. It was him feeling it out. His second game, he looked better. His third game, it was kind of rough again, and I think that's why he got benched for Urho Vakanainen. And Vakanainen's looked good since he's gotten back in the lineup, which is actually really nice to see because he was a big piece in the Hampus Lindholm trade, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, we need him to be good for the trade. I want him to be good because that dude's been really, really injured. I talked about Jamie Drysdale's injuries. Vakanainen just has not caught a break. It's concussions. It was I think it was like a knee injury. Dude just can't catch a break. Anytime he looks like he's getting going, he's out. I really like the pairing he's on. I just think that this Ducks defense can't really do any wrong, especially with Pavel Mintyukov on the back end. He didn't get a point in this game, but he looked defensively strong again. He has this uncanny ability to shut down plays at his own blue line. He has this uncanny ability to pick off plays in the neutral zone. This dude is not only a great offensively minded defenseman, he reads the game well and understands where to be on the defensive side of the puck as well. His defensive awareness is way better than we expected coming into the season. And Mintyukov has just been a joy to watch so far. Alright, looking forward to the Ducks' next game. They play on October 26th, Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. They are playing in Boston, trying to give Boston their first loss of the season. The Boston Bruins are 6-0. The Ducks played them very hard and actually won the expected goals battle in Anaheim in their first game. We should expect to see Leo Carlsson in this game. We are going to probably see him in this game, and my guess is one game on the weekend. He hasn't played yet this week, so that's the assumption is he's going to be playing in Boston, and it might be in Pittsburgh, but my guess is it'll probably be against Columbus at home on Sunday. Game's going to be broadcast on Bally Sports for anybody in Southern California. For the rest of the nation, you are looking at ESPN Plus, unless you're in Boston, because then you're watching on Nesson and you get to listen to good old Jackie Boy. You guys have fun with that. Anyhow, that has been it for this Doomsday Ducks fan report. Thank you all so much for showing up and watching. I appreciate everybody who comes and watches. Hit that like button if you like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you really like it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.